Hello, everyone out there in Rumble, X, and YouTube land. Welcome back to Diego Knows. I, of course, am Diego, and today we're going to talk some more about Wicked, or your favorite movie, not my favorite movie, your favorite movie. Well, actually, to be honest with you, the movie's not that bad. There's a lot of good things in it, but there's a lot of bad things in it too. All right, so I'm going to give you an honest review. That's what I do here, straight man's point of view. This is probably not going to be politically correct. I might offend some of you. If so, tough titty, kitty. All right, but the milk is still good. All right, I'm telling you honestly what I think. These are just my opinions, but I think that a lot of what I say, I think most men would agree with me. Okay, if they've watched the movie too, which I know most guys haven't. Right, I'm not the target audience. I know that. All right, but I'm going to say the things that probably no one's going to tell you. Okay, because in today's culture, everyone's so worried about being politically correct, not just in their professional life, but in their personal lives as well. Okay, and everyone's afraid to offend anybody. Everyone's so scared that they have to keep their own opinions inside. Okay, and a lot of things, a lot of stuff that used to be considered inoffensive is considered offensive now, and vice versa. So everyone's so afraid of saying something that someone in the room might take offense towards, okay, that they're not going to say anything. Okay, and therefore, it's because of that fear culture that we have. People don't feel free to speak their minds. Okay, now I do understand there's some things that should never be said. I get that as well. There is such thing as profanity. There is such things that are just completely unacceptable. All right, but where do we draw the line between what is offensive and someone just speaking their mind? Okay, we have freedom here in this country. We also have freedom of thought. Okay, there's no crime against thinking what you want. The crime is in what you're doing. Okay, there's crimes for your actions. There's no crimes for thoughts. You see what I mean? Okay, and if I say something, for example, like, okay, well, most women like this and most guys like that. Okay, that's not me being a sexist. Okay, that's just observing. That's just me saying, oh wow, look at that. Look at that line of all those women in line to go see the Twilight movie. Okay, where are all the men at? They're not there. Okay, you see what I mean? I'm pointing that out because that's what I see. Okay. Oh well, a straight man can like Twilight too. You're being really disrespectful. Bullshit. Well, no, I'm not. I'm pointing out a fact. Okay, you're right. Okay, nobody closed the theaters off to men when those Twilight movies came out. Nobody said, "Oh no, if you're a cisgendered male and you're heterosexual, you are not allowed in here." No, nobody said that. Nobody stopped them. They wanted that money too. But it doesn't change the fact that most of those guys didn't go see it unless their girlfriends dragged them to go see it. You see what I'm talking about? That's what I mean. That's what I try to explain in my videos here. Is I'm just pointing out these observations, these things that I notice. Okay? It's like romance novels, okay? Who the fuck keeps romance novels in business? It sure as fuck isn't the straight guys. Okay? It's the women. Now, of course, straight guys can buy those books if they want to, and they can read them. And I'm pretty sure there's plenty of guys out there that have jerked off to fucking 50 Shades of shit. I'm pretty sure it's happened, okay? But I'm saying it's not the majority. Okay, the woman that wrote those books didn't write it for guys like me. Now, I actually read the first 50 Shades of Grey, but I actually read that piece of shit. Okay? But I'm the exception. You see what I mean? Okay? It wasn't made for me. Okay? You see, she wasn't thinking about guys like me. Or guys in general when she wrote it. She was thinking about all the unsatisfied women out there that are unattractive and wish they could have some good-looking billionaire with his own fucking helicopter and his own fucking S&M room. Okay? With his ripped features and his chiseled abs and his big dick and all that kind of shit to take advantage of her, to rapture her. That was where it was for. Okay, I'm not the target audience. And I get there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. Okay? But I am going to point it out. Okay? And if that offends you, tough titty. Tough titty. I'm going to point out that crap. Okay? It's just like, when you're watching like, I don't know, Transformers or something. Okay? Of course. Okay, if you're a girl and you want to watch a Transformers movie, no one is going to stop you. They're going to take your money at the theater. And I hope you enjoy it. But that doesn't change the fact that most girls don't want to fucking see a Transformers movie, okay? You see what I'm talking about? Despite the fact that those movies Despite the fact that those people that make those Transformers, they know damn well who their target audience is, okay? It's young men or old guys like me, that grew up with that stuff when we were kids, okay? They know who their target audience, but yet despite that, they're still going to be politically correct. In other words, despite the fact that they know that it's boys or men that watch Transformers movies, they're still going to make the men in the movies act weak. The women are going to be strong. The men are going to be dumb. The women are going to be smart. Okay, the men are going to be evil. The women are going to be good. They're still going to do that in our movies. You see what I mean? That's the problem. That's the problem. Okay, and if I notice it, I'm going to point it out, because these are the things that most people don't think about. They just don't. And I want to point it out. I'm like, no, look at that. Don't look at that. Don't just dismiss it. Look at it. Look at Wicked. What do we got here? Okay, it's a movie that was adapted by a Broadway show. The Broadway show was written by a gay guy, okay, who adapted it from a book that was written by another gay guy. Okay, a lot of the people in the movie are gay. Okay, including Marissa Bodie, who plays Nessa Rose. She's even though she's crippled, she's a lesbian. Okay, Cynthia Riva also is a lesbian. She plays the Elphaba. Okay, the only man in the movie, okay, that acts like a man, the only love interest type guy, okay, is played by a gay guy named Jonathan Bailey. Okay, so I mean, this movie is just gay as far as all get out. Okay, it's just gay in every sense of the word. Nothing wrong with that. Like I said, nothing wrong with that. All right. This, like I said, it's adapted from a Broadway show. Okay, which is musical theater. Okay, a lot of people in musical theater are gay. A higher percentage. Just look at the other videos I've made about this. Okay, a higher percentage of gay people go into those industries as opposed to other industries. Okay, and of course, so you're going to get a lot of that here, despite the fact that the character of Elphaba is heterosexual. She was heterosexual in the book too. All right, and so is Glinda. Okay, you're gonna get this movie is very gay coded. Okay, there's a lot of it in here, of the our Elphaba and Glinda secretly lovers. That kind of crap. It's just like, but it's there. It's there because that's what they want to promote. Okay, I mean look at the students at Shiz University. Okay, they're wearing their school uniforms are half pants on one side of the uniform and a skirt on the other side of the uniform. Look at it. Okay, that's their own purpose. That wasn't in the book. That's their own purpose. Okay, they're trying to tell you, promote a message. Okay, that if you're a young adult, you don't have to identify as either one. You can be, there's a whole spectrum that you can fall into. And all those straight conservatives that better understand that. You see what I mean? That's basically what it is. Well, thank God times are a-changing now. Thank God that the American public has spoken out about this stuff. And we voted to get rid of this crap, okay? Because even despite the fact that all the corporations, who were doing this stuff, the whole time they were saying they weren't doing it, but they were doing it, okay? Now they're bankrupting themselves because they've been just promoting this thing over and over again, thanks to all the investment firms that were promoting this stuff. Okay, now they're losing their money. Okay, now it's getting serious. Okay, are you going to continue to bankrupt your corporation? Okay, are you going to your corrupt shareholders that should have been stopping you from doing this? Okay, we're in on it too. Are you going to keep going that route, or are you actually going to take care of your investors? Take care of your shareholders, okay, and actually try to turn a profit. And the only way you can turn a profit is by giving the public what they want. And we don't want this shit. Now, we've seen a lot of DEI crap, diversity, equity, inclusion, for those who don't know, okay? A lot of woke stuff, okay? And now, just now, in the past several months, it's starting to turn around. Not because they changed their ideology, but because they've been losing money. Look what happened to Bud Light. Look what happened to Target last year. Oh, no, sorry, no, 2 years ago. Sorry, it's a new year now, okay? Look what happened to Target. Look what happened to Bud Light. Okay, these companies lost a lot. Look what happened to Disney. Okay, these corporations have lost a lot of damn money because they went full head on this stuff. All right, and they put it in everything. They turn this entertainment, which is just entertainment. That's all Wicked is supposed to be. And they turned it into a political messaging, into getting you to believe their point of view. You see what I mean? Thereby depriving you of your point of view. We're giving you your point of view, and if you're either a part of it or you're the problem, like that. And you don't talk to your customers that way. Okay, these are the same people you're asking them for their money, and you're going to talk to them that way. Okay, no, that's not going to work. All right, and Cynthia Erivo is a perfect example of this. I mean, she's the star of this damn movie. She plays Elphaba, the Wicked Witch of the West. Okay, and she's over here chastising fans for making fan art based on her and Glinda, Ariana Grande's character. Okay, and I mean, it's just like, what the hell? Don't you realize these are your customers you're making fun of? A person went out of his way to make a fan art of your damn movie because they love the Broadway show and they love the book. And instead of saying, oh, thank you, I'm flattered, you go up there and chat and call him an instaphobe and a racist and a sexist and a homophobe and a transphobe, because he put shading over your eyes, just like in the Broadway poster where the brim covered Elphaba's eyes. Like, what the hell? This is not how you talk to your customers. So no wonder it's not going to make any money. Now, the last time I checked, Wicked is already on streaming, by the way. You can watch it on TV now. Okay? I think it's made under 600 million. It made under 600, so it means it's a loss. It is a lot. Moana killed it. Moana 2 killed it. Okay, I'm sorry. Wicked came out 1 week later. Moana 2 came out. Okay, and despite the fact that Moana 2 sucks, I know, I saw it. All right, it did make more money. It had a bigger fan following. Okay, so all the little girls went to go see that. Okay, I think that's what really killed Wicked. Okay, I took my son to go see Wicked. I'm a big fan of Wizard of Oz, and I enjoyed the movie. I actually liked Wicked better than Moana 2. Okay, but I can see where the stuff that was in Wicked, a lot of parents might have been like, hey, you know what? I think I'm gonna wait till my 4-year-old's a little bit older before I let them watch this movie. Whereas in Moana, it was safe. It was safe to take them there. So I think that cost them some money too. Okay, I understand that representation is important. Okay, but if you want to do representation, then you need to do accurate representation. Okay, and I'm sorry, Hollywood, but 65% of the population is not fucking LGBTQ. It's not. It's nowhere near that much. But yet, whenever you turn on anything, okay, a TV show or a movie or anything, that's what you see. Okay, that's what you see. Every third character is gay or bi or something. You see what I mean? And if you're adapting an old IP, like a book that was published 100 years ago or something like that, then they're going to race swap the characters, okay? And by race swap, I mean they're going to make white characters black, okay? They're not going to make them Latino like I am, or Asian, or any of that stuff, because nobody gives a crap, or Native American, because nobody gives a crap about those minorities, but they're going to make them black. And if you don't like it, that means you're racist, okay? They're going to do that too. They've been doing that for years now, okay? Even though they didn't have to. Okay, instead of creating some minority characters and making something original based on that, they would rather take something that was already created, okay, with white people and just race swap them. Okay, and if anyone takes offense to that, then you're the problem. You see what I mean? And that's just like, this kind of crap is not going to work. It's the reason that these companies are failing. It's the reason that Hollywood went to shit. It's the reason people have quit watching the big three, ABC, NBC, CBS, and Fox. Okay, that's the reason people don't watch regular television anymore. Okay, that's why they're watching stream. They're watching YouTube. Okay, they're watching other stuff now. Okay, it's because of this. Because they're tired of seeing this. They're tired of fucking every single goddamn commercial that they watch. It shows an interracial couple. Okay, but yet when you actually look outside your window, okay, you're gonna notice that most people of the same race live in the same neighborhoods. Okay, there's nothing wrong with that. I was Mexican. I grew up in a Mexican neighborhood. What the fuck? I'm sorry. I went out there. My neighbor wasn't a Chinese, and my other neighbor was Jewish, and then my neighbor across the street was black. No, that's not my life experience. You see what I mean? And there's nothing wrong with that. It's just human nature. There's nothing racist about that. People want to live with people that look like themselves. Okay, that goes for every fucking race. But you would never know that if you watch an American show or American movie, okay? It's like there's a perfect demographic for every single type of person is represented and everything. And that's just bullshit. Even this movie, Wicked, look at all the munchkins. Where'd all these black munchkins come from? Okay? Like, where do they come from? Is there like an equatorial Africa in Oz somewhere where the sun is so hot? Okay, right there where the sun is just so hot that the people that are native to that area over the past, 40, 50,000 years have developed dark skin to protect themselves from the sun? Okay? Is there something like that on Oz? How do you explain all the black people then? If the climate is the same all throughout Oz, then everybody should be the same color. I'm not saying they need to be Caucasian, but they should all be the same color. You see what I mean? And unfortunately, a white guy created The Wizard of Oz when he wrote the goddamn book. Okay? So therefore, he made the Munchkins white, because that's what he was. Okay? In 1939, when they made the movie, they made the Munchkins white. Because that's what Hollywood was back then, okay? By throwing in all these black people in there, you're retconning everything. And it just doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. It's like when you see a movie about the Crusades or something, okay? And you see all these Christian, crusaders, and like half of them are black. Like that wasn't, or Vikings. Which is a Vikings show. They got like a third of the Vikings are fucking black. What the fuck is this? This never fucking happened. If you want to do that, why don't you just make a movie about slavery in the 1800s and have 30% of all the slaves be white? How's that for being fucking fair? You see, it's never gonna happen. That's what I'm talking about. Now, personally, I don't care that Cynthia Erivo plays the Wicked Witch of the West. Okay, the bitch had green skin, so it doesn't really matter. Okay, what color she is underneath the green makeup. Okay, but canonically, it was played by the person who made that character the most famous was Margaret Hamilton, and she was white. She was ugly, but she was white. Okay, you see what I mean? Look at what we got here. You got these where the hell these black munchkins come from? Oh my God. Anyway, tell you what, if you really wanted to be DEI, what you should have done is you should have made Fiyero black. Ooh. Now that would have been really pushing it, right? But you know why you didn't do that? Because you knew goddamn well nobody would go see this. You knew goddamn well nobody was going to go see this, okay? You basically changed fucking The Wizard of Oz into fucking Hamilton, okay? You know damn well nobody was going to see that, all right? At least not the... The only people that would have seen it are the right people, okay? And there's nowhere near enough of them to keep you in business. You know damn well, you know damn well that's true, all right? Bad enough your genre is not very accepting of straight white men, but despite the fact that the guy that created The Wizard of Oz was a straight white man, okay, is that, now you just have alienated even more potential customers, all right? So you know damn well. So don't give me this fucking, you care about equality and stuff. You don't. What you should be caring about is money, okay? And the best way to get money is not to trick people, not to gaslight them, okay? Not to lie to them, but to give them what they want, entertainment. Just give them good entertainment, okay? Don't message, okay? You didn't have to gay code. You didn't have to make the students of shiz have half male uniforms and half female uniforms on the other side. You didn't have to do that. You see, this is what I'm talking about, okay? Anyway, moving right along. I'm going to give you straight man's point of view whether you like it or not, all right? So anyway, so where did we leave off last time in this movie? Okay, Fiyero. Okay, so Fiyero and Elphaba, they sneaked out of the class, okay? Dr. Dillamond, the talking goat professor of history at Shiz University, he was arrested and kicked out of the school. They replaced him immediately, in front of all the students, no less. They replaced him with a human professor who brings in a caged baby lion, okay, a little cub, who's scared to death, okay? And apparently the plot that's going on here, okay, in Oz, is that all the animals are being kicked out of their homes, they're being fired from their jobs, okay? And they're persecuting the animals because they don't want the animals to have intelligence, they don't want the animals to talk. If the animals grow up in cages, or if you fucking eat them like we do here in the real world, okay, then they will never develop the ability to speak, hence they will never compete for anything. It'll be the humans in charge of Oz, all right? Okay, well, Elphaba sees this. She doesn't like the way the animals are being treated because she herself is treated like crap because she was born with green skin. Okay, and it bothers her that animals are being treated like she was. Okay, also the fact that she was raised by a bear, by a female bear. I'm not making that up. Okay, because her mother died after giving birth to her little sister, and her father never loved her because she was born with green skin. Okay, now whether or not he knew that Elphaba was not his biological daughter, we don't know. Us, the audience, we know that Elphaba's biological father is the Wizard of Oz. But Frexbar, the governor of Munchkinland, who is Elphaba's father, does not know that. But he doesn't. I don't think he knows that he is not her biological father. Anyway, he hated her anyway because she had green skin. So Elphaba is at the university here. They arrest Dr. Delamond. Okay, and so she brought in some poppies because that was the flowers that Dr. Delamond loves. She brought them in there. She gets mad when this happens to the goat. So she slams the flowers, the poppies on the table in the classroom, which makes everyone in the classroom, the professor, the guards, everybody there passes out now. Because these are the same poppies that made Dorothy and the Cowardly Lion pass out, okay, in the Wizard of Oz. When she was walking past those poppy fields and the witch made them all fall asleep, you know. Okay, except for obviously for the Scarecrow who doesn't breathe and Tin Man who doesn't breathe, okay? But the Cowardly Lion, Toto the dog, and Dorothy were passed out, okay? This is the same thing. Now, this does not explain how the cub, the Cowardly Lion when he was a baby, also doesn't pass out for some reason. Like, it's not really explained. I guess Elphaba has control over who inhales the poppy seed. It's never, a lot of this movie's never explained. Elphaba just has powers that are never explained. We don't know how she got them. We know how she got the green skin, but we don't know how she got her powers, how she's the chosen one, which is a fucking cliche in most of these goddamn movies. She's just born with these abilities, so therefore she didn't earn them. Okay? This is done in a lot of movies, Mortal Kombat, The Matrix, okay, almost every fucking rom-com out there, okay, every fairy tale out there, you know, Cinderella, so they're the chosen one. Okay, well, so is Elphaba. She's the fucking chosen one. Okay, so is everybody else in these goddamn movies. All right, you know, Star Wars. They're all the chosen one. Okay. Anyway, so is Elphaba. So, and also she prevents Fiyero, who's sitting right there next to his girlfriend Glinda, who passes out. He's not passed out. He's alive. He's awake. Nothing wrong with him. So while everyone's passed out, Elphaba and Fiyero, they grab the baby lion, they free him, and they take him out to the woods. Okay, because they're gonna put him back out there. Okay, because they don't want him caged up. Okay. So that's happening here. They go out to the woods, okay, and Fiyero and Elphaba, they're out in the woods, and Fiyero tells Elphaba that she's quite a commotion, you know. Now, obviously, Elphaba has a crush on this guy, despite the fact that he's dating her roommate, Glinda, okay, but she doesn't think that Fiyero would ever like her because she's ugly. Well, yeah, you know, she's got green skin, you know, she doesn't look like a normal human, okay. Now, of course, we know that this super good-looking, you know, square-jawed, ripped abs, 6'4" prince who's ultra wealthy and charming and a bad boy. Okay, he of course is not attracted to pretty girls. He's only attracted to ugly ones. Okay, yeah, because that's realistic. Okay, he's attracted to Glinda, who has no ass, no legs, no tits, very, very skinny. Okay, and her face has had work. Okay, she's got a fake nose and a fake chin. Okay, and her hair is too fucking big for her head, and her head is too big for her fucking body. But yeah, we're supposed to believe that she's the prettiest girl in school. Okay, why? Is she royalty or something? Okay, does she own the university? No, she doesn't even have to wear the fucking uniform that all the other kids, including Fiyero, who's the fucking prince, has to wear the uniform. But yeah, Glinda doesn't. Everything she wears is just some cute pink outfit of whatever the hell she wants to wear that day. She does not have to abide by the rules, by the dress code of the school, despite the fact that everyone else does. And it's never explained why. Okay, she's supposed to represent the prettiest girl in school. No, she's not. My girlfriend's prettier than Ariana Grande. I'm sorry, but no, I like girls with a small waist and a big ass. Okay, that's me, and that's what most guys like too. Okay, I'm sorry, ladies, that hurt your feelings, but it's fucking true. Okay, it's just like most women like a guy with a fucking six-pack. Okay. Is it fair to all of us men? Of course it's not, but it's what most women want, okay? Same thing for us, okay? If you can have yours, we can have ours too, okay? If you don't like it, fuck off. It just means you're fucking unattractive, okay? Anyway, but it's the truth, all right? Moving right along. So but not in Oz. In Oz, the good-looking people are in love with the ugly people, all right? And Fiyero is the perfect and only example of that. All right, so moving right along. Fiyero tells Elphaba while they're out in the woods that you are quite a commotion and all have a British accent, even though no one else in this movie does. Elphaba says, like, you think I want to be this way? Huh? You think I want to care this much? You think I could just sit around and do nothing? And he's like, well, one moment there, he's like, no. You think that it's okay for all this to happen? Well, what I was going to say was, no. You think I like this? Huh? You think I don't know that my life would be so much easier? If I just, and he's like, do you ever let anyone else get in a word? And then she's like, sorry, but I just want to say one thing. You could have just walked away. So no matter how shallow and self-absorbed you pretend to be, you could have just walked away. He's like, oh, excuse me there. There is no pretense here. I am shallow. I am narcissistic. I am self-absorbed. No, you're not. Because if you were, you wouldn't be so unhappy. Well, I have to go now. Oh, she got him with that one. Okay. All right. I'm going to raise the bullshit flag here. Okay. Okay. Did I tell you that this was written by a gay guy? All right. Well, it was, in case you didn't notice. All right. No. This is a typical trope. Okay. This is the typical thing that it's the confusion. Okay. When women or men that think like women, when they want a man to fall in love with the woman, okay, they try to seduce him, or they try to make the man act like women do, like what would turn a woman on. Okay, for example, if I were to act like a girl in order to seduce a woman, I would fail, because the things that women are looking for in men are not the same things that men are looking for in women. Basically the things that turn me on as a man are not the same things that are going to turn you on as a woman. You see what I mean? And that's what's going on here, okay? Now, a woman, if she were to meet a man who had this much insight into her own emotions, into her feelings, you know, and could point out things that she doesn't even acknowledge about herself, that man would come across as very special. As oh, there's something to this guy. He can see things in a way that I can't. That makes him interesting. That he had such insight into her personal feelings in a way that no one else has done before. Even she doesn't do that. She doesn't even introspect herself that much. But this guy figured it out. And now she just realized, oh my God, what he just said is true. I really am that way. You know? And all of a sudden, all this confusion that she might have had for all these years just kind of made sense because of his statement. You see what I mean? That makes him more valuable to her. Hence, she's more attracted to him because he can see things in her that she can't even see in herself. Okay, that's what women find attractive in a man. Guys, if you can pull that off, you've won her over. Okay, because most guys can't. That's what a woman is looking for from a man. Okay? So that's what they're trying to do here. Fiyero is impressed with Elphaba's insight into his heart. You see what I mean? Because he's not aware of it. You see what I mean? And that's bullshit. That doesn't work. Guys, we don't care about that stuff. We don't. We do our own introspection. Even when we're wrong, it doesn't fucking matter. Okay, why we do what we do. What matters is how we feel about it. Okay, if a guy's a narcissistic and he's an asshole like that, he does those things because he wants to do those things, not because he's suffering inside, because he feels like he has to, but deep down inside he can't. He doesn't want to, but he feels like he has to, and he's being torn apart. If only some woman, some beautiful or ugly green-scared woman with a big dick were to point that out, I would so much fall in love with her. See what I mean? That's not true. It's not realistic. That's not what we're attracted to. You see what I mean? But since this was written by a gay guy, he's basically making Fiyero the bitch and making Elphaba the butch. She's taking on the masculine role, and he is taking on the feminine role. Despite the fact that this movie goes out of her way to show us how superficially he's supposed to be masculine. He basically attributes all the qualities that women find in men that they find attractive, okay? He's good looking, he's tall, he's smart, he's rich, he's witty, he can dance, he can sing, he's royalty, you know? Okay, he's a bad boy. You see what I mean? He likes to break the rules, you know, he likes to do whatever he wants, you know? I mean, these are things that women find attractive in a man. But when it comes to his romantic relationships, he's a fucking woman. The things that turn him on are the things that turn a woman on. And that doesn't fucking make sense. I'm sorry, it doesn't. Anyway. Okay. So Elphaba tells him that, it says, no, you're not happy. Otherwise, you know, you wouldn't be so unhappy if you really were, selfish, absorbed, and deeply shallow. Which is also a good point for her to make. I get it, but why doesn't she say this to Glinda? I mean, she also described Glinda, and she's never told Glinda this. Okay? And like the Fiyero's speechless. He just looks for like 2 hours, okay? And then he walks away, okay? Now, when he walked away, okay, Elphaba actually grabbed his hand to stop him, and that's how they touched. Like that, like a fucking girl. That's Fiyero's reaction, like a fucking girl. All right? Okay, so that's going on here. Okay, Fiyero sits with Elphaba by the stream. They sit down together, and he says, like, why was I knocked out? You know, like, why wasn't I knocked out like all the others? Okay? Now, she doesn't answer him, but we know why she didn't knock him out. Somehow she has control over who inhales the poppy seeds. How is that? It's never explained, okay? It's just bad writing. Okay, how would she be magically telekinetically control who breathes in the poppy seeds and who doesn't? Like, how is that possible? Okay, she would have been knocked out herself. It makes no sense. Okay? Anyway, but we know why. It's because she's in love with him. Okay? Okay, she points out that he's bleeding right here. He's got like a little cut right there. Okay? And she puts her hand on his head like that. Oh my God. Did I tell you a gay guy wrote this? All right, anyway. She touches his face, okay, and he takes the cub. He gets up and he takes the baby lion, okay, to safety, okay? And he leaves Elphaba all alone there by the stream in the woods, okay? And of course, now she starts singing, okay? She starts singing through the forest, okay? She starts walking around the forest and starts singing. She starts singing, I'm Not That Girl, okay? That's one of those fucking low self-esteem songs, okay, that women love to sing, although they like the self-esteem songs better. But it's one of those songs where, you know, they got to feel sorry for themselves and explain to the whole world why they're ugly, why people don't pay attention to them, nobody likes them, no guy's attracted to me, I'm not that girl, I wish I could be the kind of girl that gets laid all the time, but I'm not because I'm too ugly, people don't like me. Yeah, and all that kind of shit, right? But I will give props. Okay, the fact that Elphaba is aware that she's unattractive and that it bothers her makes me feel sorry for her. I have empathy for her. Okay, because you won't see something like this in a typical movie. Not in the past 10 years will you ever see a woman just explaining her weakness, okay, her vulnerability to people. Okay, women always gotta be boss bitches now. They all gotta be strong and tough, especially in this genre. You can't have a woman showing any sort of weakness. okay, that could be exploited by somebody else, despite the fact that most women have weaknesses that can be exploited by somebody else. You can't show that in a TV show or in a movie. No, the woman's always got to be stronger than the man. She's always got to be the boss bitch. She's always got to be full of self-confidence and tough and knows what she's worth and all that kind of crap. But in real life, okay, not all women feel that way. A lot of women don't like themselves, you know? And the fact that Elphaba admits, not to a person, but she admits it to herself in private, that she's not happy with her life. She's not happy being lonely. She's not happy that men don't find her attractive. She's not happy that she's being ridiculed by all the other normal looking students. Okay, this bothers her. Okay? And that's what makes me love the character, okay? Is that she's aware. She doesn't want to be like that. Okay? It's like, you know, you always see those TV shows and movies where nerds are acting like nerds. You know, they're reading their comic books, they're playing their video games, okay? Completely oblivious to all the women in the world and stuff like that, okay? Most nerds are not like that. Most nerds don't want to be nerds. They want to be the cool guy, but they can't, okay? And that bothers them. You see what I mean? And I get that. That's human right there. That is good writing, okay? So she goes into her song, I'm Not That Girl. Basically, she knows a popular hot guy would never like her, would never be attracted to her. Okay, boo-hoo-hoo, cry me a river, Elphaba. Okay, she sees Fiyero reunite back on campus. They go back to Shiz University. She sees Glinda there and Fiyero hug each other off in the distance. She's like creeping up on them, you know, she's spying on them. She sees them reunite, hugging each other and kissing each other, okay? And of course, Nyssa Rose, her sister, shows up there with in her wheelchair with her boyfriend, Bach, the munchkin, the ugly munchkin. Okay, and they show up too. So the four of them all talk to each other and the four of them all leave together, okay? And of course, Elphaba is all pissed off and sad because I'm not that girl. I could never get a guy like him. Boo. Yeah, whatever. Okay. Hey, I get it. A lot of people, feel unattractive sometimes. I mean, I definitely did for when I was young. Okay, I did. I was a nerd. Okay. But so I have empathy for people like that. All right. And I think it's a good message because, when a character starts off like this, you want to see them succeed by the end of the movie. Okay. So they did a good job with that part of it. Okay. I just don't believe how they're portraying Fiyero here. Okay. Fiyero is not acting like a real man. I'm sorry, he's not, okay? And I think any straight guy that watches this movie, okay, who doesn't give a shit about pissing off his girlfriend who made him go see this movie, okay, is going to say the same thing that I just fucking did. All right, I'm going to stop my review right here, but I'll be back to continue my review of Wicked. I thank you very much for watching this long, and I will see you soon on the next one. Bye.